Welcome to Innovators Journey, the show where we go behind the bold ideas and breakthrough moments with founders, leaders, and visionaries turning ambition into action. I'm Nick Frank, and today I'm joined by Joe Carter, founder and CEO of Twinflame Group, a business growth and franchise consulting firm helping entrepreneurs scale smarter and exit stronger. Joe is also the author of Driving, Not Surviving, host of two business podcasts reaching over 50,000 monthly listeners, and creator of the 4 modus operandi of achievement framework. From growth strategy to AI integration and digital transformation, he's helping business leaders not just keep up, but lead the way. Joe, thanks for talking with me today.
Thank you, Nick. Happy to be on. I've been looking forward to this for a while, so I appreciate you having me on. I can't wait to get started.
Well, let's waste no time. Let's get into it. So you've exited multiple businesses. You've learned that systems matter and there is a way of leaving money on the table. So what does that mean? And how do you help other business owners avoid that potentially costly mistake?
Fantastic question, Nick. And what I found over my multiple businesses is there's a truth. And the truth is that buyers, they don't pay for hustle. They pay for systems. I've sold companies at 7 and 14 times EBITDA. I've seen deals fall apart because everything lived inside of the owner's head. When a business is not documented, transferable, and predictable, the buyers will discount it. And when they do, oftentimes they discount it by millions of dollars. So I help owners avoid that by building the processes, recurring revenue streams, and accountability rhythms so that the business runs without them, because that's where real value lives.
And a lot of times for businesses, they've been around for 10, 15, 20 years. They have these timeless values, right? But there's also a lot of modern tools that brands need to be embracing, especially AI. So when you're chatting with businesses, how do you help them, these traditional industries, embrace AI, but without losing what makes them great?
I love that question because a lot of founders that I work with think that AI means that we're trying to replace what is human within their business. But what I've learned is it's actually the opposite of that. AI, when used correctly, can amplify what makes you great: your service, your responsiveness, your data discipline. When it's built on timeless principles like integrity, clarity, and customer care, that's what we do. We guide the owners to integrate AI where it increases efficiency and frees up their team, not where it erodes away their culture. Is it a simple thing to do? In truth, it actually is. AI is actually something that's very simple to do. However, is it easy? Not always. But is it worth it? I got many founders that tell me absolutely once we've implemented it.
I love that. The embracing it and how you can leverage its ability to make things a little bit easier. Get that low-hanging fruit, right? Leverage AI to take out that low-hanging fruit so that you can focus on bigger picture problems, bigger picture issues that a lot of businesses kind of go through. You've created your own strategic growth blueprint, and it's to help these owners scale and maximize when they're ready to exit and get that max return on their exit value. What are some of the key components of that, and how does it help transform a business?
I love that question because the strategic growth blueprint is something that actually was years in the making. I had the opportunity to sell my 2 businesses, as you mentioned already, but I also had the opportunity to work in private equity and went through over 400 due diligence business deals on businesses that valued over $14 billion. So I got to see from the buyer's table what exactly values and ultimately devalues a company. So we built the strategic growth blueprint on 4 key pillars: having clear goals, measurable milestones, specific actions, and weekly accountability. We then pair that in with systems for recurring revenue, documented operation, and leadership independence. We had one client that came in that was stuck at just under $3 million in annual revenue and had been there for several years. Within 6 months of putting in our framework and applying that blueprint, we restructured, documented, and positioned them. All of a sudden, private equity started knocking. They went from $3 million, where they had been stuck at for multiple years, to just shy of $4 million in just 6 months. And their valuation went from 2.9x EBITDA to 9.6 when private equity ultimately inked the deal. That's the power of building value, not just building revenue.
I love that. Joe, the day comes when I build my own business and I'm ready to sell it. I'm going to come to you to help get that multiple X growth. There's a whole new generation of entrepreneurs coming up. And your business and what you're trying to do is build these platforms to empower them to do their best and to enact their own vision. And so that vision for helping these business leaders scale with a purpose. And then what's coming next for you and the Twinflame Group?
I love that question because you're absolutely right. There's almost a shift that's occurring in the entrepreneurial world today. And we're on a mission to make transferable value. That's the term that we use over and over again. Because if it's only valuable to me, then it's not valuable to you. But if I can make it where you can operate it at the exact same quality that I can without me having to be there staring over your shoulders, that's transferable value. And you as the buyer will pay me more for that because you don't have to replicate the wheel. So that's the new standard for either existing entrepreneurs or ones that are just now becoming it. Ultimately, we help owners build companies that will outlast them, businesses that their kids or their teams or a buyer would fight over. And your question on what's next for the Twinflame Group, well, we're actually in the process of expanding our educational platform, layering in those AI tools that we mentioned earlier, and launching a mastermind cohort so that the founders that we have already worked with can help that next generation. The future is bigger than exits. The future is building legacies.
I love that. And one more, and I'll let you go. If I'm a business owner, I've built my business, whether it's been 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how do I know when the right time is to exit? Is there an exact right time? Like, what is your advice on when's the right time to start looking for maybe that exit strategy?
That's an amazing question. I've had that asked to me so many times. If I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to be, the best time to look at doing that was probably 2 years ago. But the second best time is right now. The longer you delay, the slower your ramp, and ultimately the lower your EBITDA multiplier will be. So you can't go backwards in time unless you happen to have a DeLorean in your garage somewhere. So because we can't do that, the real answer to your question is right now. Start now, build documented processes, make it transferable, and make a legacy that lasts.
And Joe, if people want to do that, they want to build a legacy that lasts, how do they find you? How can they get in contact with you for some advice and so whatnot?
Love that. So we have our website. It's twinflametx.com. You can go out on there. We can book a free consultation where we'll take a look at your exact business and tell you from a private equity standpoint, where are you missing and what things could you actually employ fairly quickly in order to turn that around. We also do webinars. You mentioned our podcast. So there's several different social media ways to reach out to us, but the fastest, most effective way is go to our website, book your free consultation call, and let's get started.
Awesome. Well, Joe, thanks for jumping on and sharing your journey with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you having me on.
Awesome. Well, hey, if you want to learn more, check out the Twinflame Group, Joe's book, Driving Not Surviving, or one of the podcasts for even more practical advice on growth and leadership. And hey, if this episode sparked ideas for your own business, follow the show, share it with someone who's ready to take that next step. I'm Nick Frank. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time for our next Innovators Journey.